Thanks for logging on to monstergardens.com. We're here to talk about Subcool Super Soil recipe. However, many of you might have seen our previous video that we came out, and so we're here to just talk about that in more depth, as well as go with a few other tricks that help make that line a little bit better and more readily available for everybody. There's a lot of questions that Sub's been getting, as well as us in the store here, and so we're here to answer those questions.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me over.
Definitely. Welcome anytime.
This will be great for both of us, as well as all the fans out there that shop at Monster Garden and are making up Super Soil. One thing I wanted to note, we have a few ingredients that are off on the amounts, and on this video we'll be posting the proper amounts.
Definitely.
One of the things to note is we have actually 5 pounds of fish bone meal, and then we have 5 pounds of bone meal. You would use either or a combination of the two.
Okay.
I learned from watching y'all's video that the actual fish bone meal doesn't contain calcium because it's made of cartilage from fish.
Right.
And the actual bone meal contains calcium.
Right.
Based on watching y'all's video, I altered my recipe to make, and I'm going 2.5 pounds of fish bone meal and 2.5 pounds of bone meal.
Nice.
I've always believed in the buffet idea of plants. You know, when we go to eat, we don't want to eat one thing. You know,
Right.
We want a palette of things to eat.
Exactly.
And I think plants are the same way. And the other, just the small additions, we have the oyster cell, kelp meal, and alfalfa meal. We have it listed in 3 pounds. That's actually 3 cups, so we'll change that. So it's really simple. We are making, with all of these ingredients, a concentrate or a hot soil that the plants perform in. But really want to talk about, so we make our super soil up based on the recipe, and then we want to store it in containers. Now originally I used the word cook, and God, I wish I had a time machine so I could change that. Because people think I meant put it in an oven
And
or
warm it
heat
up.
or warm it up or anything like that. I simply mean it needs to be above freezing
Right.
and warm.
And warm.
Now, if you're in a cold area, because believe it or not, there's a lot of people watching the show that aren't in Cali.
Oh, we have tons of Canadian callers out there.
Yeah.
So this is for you guys.
Yep. Make it up, take it in your basement. According to where you live, you may get a nice white fungus web across the pipe. This is the web of life, and this is what you want. Would you believe we've actually had people throw the dirt away because they thought they did something wrong?
Well, it's actually, that's not I believe that actually.
Yeah.
I really do.
They thought it was mold.
Think it's mold.
Yeah, they thought it was
It's
mold.
beneficial bacteria and beneficial fungal spores, everybody. So you want that, and then you want to till it in and let it grow back up and let it till back in. It's beautiful.
It is.
It's a beautiful site. Don't think it's a bad site.
Right. A couple of silly questions I'll go over. They may seem silly to me, but you know what they say, no question's silly. Should you cover the soil? Well, yeah.
Ideally, yes.
You don't want worms and leaves and falling in the soil.
Right.
You know? It also can form a nice little humidity sphere. So that's kind of a common sense question.
And you would recommend a tarp, not something clear?
Not something clear. We use garbage cans.
Okay.
We just go out and buy a nice 55-gallon hefty garbage can, and we bungee to the top of it.
Okay.
Pretty
Cool.
simple. Make sure it's not cracked or anything like that. And this is important, and this is what I wanted to show you because you couldn't show it. So what I'll do, we have super soil, and then we have 2 inches of base soil. I'll actually take my hand and kind of just mix them together. So we're blending that hot concentrate and the base. And once that's done, we fill the rest of the soil up with base.
Okay.
Now a really cool little trick that the Mighty Prospect came up with. Let's play like this is the plant that we're going to transplant in. So we stick that pot down in there, and we pack all our soil all the way around it. And then once it's finished, we lift the pot out and we stick this transplanted root plug down in it. So we know we get the size right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So we can pack it down. Really want to get it packed good. If you don't pack it good and you water it, you know, you'll get big holes in the soil.
Yeah.
So if you're using a 6-inch pot, just stick your 6-inch pot down in there, pack it down. It's good to go. And then from then on, we basically use water only throughout the whole process.
And pH it.
I don't even check my
You
pH.
really don't?
No.
Because you figure the microbes will just balance the pH that they want.
Yeah. Now I checked my pH coming in from my spring water and made sure that I'm on out of an extreme.
Right.
You know, coming out of our wellhead, we're running about 7.2 during drought, upwards of 7.8 when it rains. I have a theory that it leaches more lime
Okay.
down into it and
Right,
raises
makes
the pH. But you know, as long as your pH is in the range of, let's say, 6 to 8, and you're growing in soil, you're going to be okay.
Okay. I love that you say you give that broad range, because as long as you're feeding within that range, those microbes will find the happy medium that they want.
They will. And you know, and as long as the mix is balanced, they're going to take from it what they need.
Yeah, and then leave the rest for when they need it next.
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
really shout out. This has never been done by anyone. All over the world, people say, how can I get all these products? You know, I drive all over the place, call people, nobody knows.
Right.
Here they are, all in one location. All you got to do is walk in here, buy your products, mix them up. You can go on YouTube and see the different ways I've done it. I've done it in a pool. I've done it on a tarp.
Right.
I mean, you could use a cement mixer. Oh, you can use the back of a pickup truck.
Right.
You know, whatever it takes to mix it up.
Right.
Mix it up thoroughly, and that's really all there is to it. And I got to give a shout out. If you follow me around, look at the amazing stock that Monster Gardens has there. It's one of the main reasons I started shopping here. The main thing you don't want to hear as a gardener is when you need something, I can order it for you. Well, you know, I could order it myself. I know where Amazon is. But these guys have everything in stock. It's duplicates. So stop on down to any Monster Garden store, and these guys will take good care of you. And more importantly, you can grab Super Soil.
Yep.